You watched as your former boss, scurried away in fear. Doing exactly what Bakugou said, he packed his shit up and left. You were tapping your foot in frustration as you spun around to face the source of your anger. Why did you do that? Bakugou's eyes widened, now expecting you to be angry with him for protecting you. What the fuck? What do you mean, why did I do that? He grabbed your ass, right in front of me. He said he was going to make your life difficult. You crossed your arms over your chest. So what? He was trying to blow up his face. That doesn't make you any better than him. You're better than that, Bakugou. Bakugou began to pace, running his hands through his hair like a madman. Look, I'm sorry if you have this idealistic nice guy hero version of me stuck in your head, but I have news for you. I'm only that guy when it concerns you. To everyone else in the world, I'm just an asshole with a bad temper. I'm not going to apologize for making a scumbag who violated you piss his pants. He deserved much more than what he got. You could see he was beginning to work himself up, and knew it would do any good to push him, so instead, you took a deep breath and sat down on the couch, pulling him with you. You held his hand in yours, playing with his fingers. Listen, I know who you are. I would never in a million years try to change you, but I do think sometimes it's important to pick your battles. Remember the difference between villains and just plain everyday bad people. Yes, Riku was an asshat and a sleazeball, but there's plenty of ways to deal with a guy like him that doesn't involve threats and violence. You scooted closer and leaned your head in to his stiff shoulder. I appreciate that you care about me, but at some point, you kind of have to let me fight my own battles. You felt him sigh, and moments later, his arm was slugged around you, pulling you closer. Do I have to? He put his chin on top of your head. You already had to fight most of your life, Yuen. I don't stick up for you because I don't think you're capable. I've seen your dreams. I know exactly what you're capable of. You flinched. You had no idea you had been sucking him into your dreams. I stick up for you because you shouldn't have to fight anymore. You deserve to be happy. And anyone who thinks otherwise deserves to foot up their ass. A single tear slid down your cheek. The only time you had ever felt like this before was your dad. The sense of protection, devotion. Was it love? Is this what love felt like? You knew there were many different forms of love. Books had taught you that much. But it doesn't feel like a friendly, platonic love. This burned so much deeper in your heart than that. Bakugou lifted your chin so that you could see your face. Shit, are you crying? I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I shouldn't have brought up your dreams. I'm an idiot. You reached up to him and gave him a soft peck on the lips. It felt so right. It felt so normal. Like it was something you had been doing your whole life. I'm not crying because I'm sad, Bakugou. I'm crying because, well, I actually don't know why. Relief, maybe? I've never had someone care about me the way that you do. For a while, I thought I never thought someone could ever. You cut yourself off. You almost said, love me, but you couldn't put those words in his mouth. They needed to be his own. You cast your eyes to your lap, but Bakugou's warm hand cupped your cheek and brought your eyes back to him. Love you. Is that what you were going to say? Your eyes watered in embarrassment. You had never wanted Bakugou to see this fragile part of you, so what if I was? Bakugou pressed his forehead to yours. So what if I do? Your heart started to pound as you rapidly tried to blink your tears away. I would say there's plenty of girls out there who are easier to love than me. He had your face cut between both of his hands now. I don't want easy. I want you. Your lips crashed against his much hungrier. Your lips crashed against his in a much hungrier kiss than before. Your fingers ran through his soft blonde hair, and one of his hands trailed down to find your hip. Things were heating up when you heard someone shout, "Finally!" You both jerked apart to see Tasha giving you a goofy smile. It's about fucking time. I've literally watched you guys tiptoe around each other for weeks now. She continued to wipe down the counter. Oh, sorry for eavesdropping, but it was honestly hard not to. I called the owner, by the way. Everything's good here. Looks like I got a promotion. And you got a raise. Happy day. She looked up from the machine she was currently cleaning. I'll teach you how to do this some other night. I think you two should go home and continue your, conversation. Your jaw dropped. Tasha, Before you could protest, Bakugou was up and hauled you over his shoulder. Don't have to fucking tell me twice. Good night, Tasha. I'm sure I'll see you soon. You waved at laughing Tasha as you dangled over Bakugou's shoulder. She just shook her head. Be safe, drink plenty of water, remember to pee when you're done. Oh, and take snack breaks. You blushed so hard you were sure you were a darker shade of red than Bakugou's eyes. He stepped outside and put you down the sidewalk and reached for your hand. You walked in silence for what seemed like forever. His hand gave yours a gentle squeeze. So, are we going to talk about it, or... You leaned into him a bit. I guess I'm still trying to process everything. He tensed up a bit, but tried not to let it show. You're not having second thoughts, are you? You shook your head and snuggled further into his side. Of course not. He interrupted you. Because I wouldn't blame you if you were. I know I'm an asshole, and I know you deserve a lot more than me. You stopped walking, dragging him to a complete halt along with you. You could see the apprehension in his eyes. He was nervous. The ground zero was standing in front of you, actually looking a bit scared. Bakugou, how could you say that? You've done nothing but take care of me since I got here. You may not think so, but you're patient and kind and caring. You just show it in weird ways. If anything, I don't deserve you. He groaned and pulled you into his chest. How many fucking times do I have to tell you that you deserve to be happy? That you deserve the fucking world? You deserve to be loved, protected, and cherished. So goddammit let me. You stubborn woman. You giggled as you gave his chest a kiss. Enough of this heavy shit. Take me home. You see the tips of his ears turn the slightest shade of pink. You see the tips of his ears turn the slightest shade of pink as he leaned down and connected your lips. Already so bossy. You took his hand as you continued forward towards the apartment. Already so whipped? You playfully bumped his hip into yours. He scoffed. I've been whipped since day one. Catch up. You immediately changed into one of his hoodies, and as soon as you got home, he went straight to the kitchen and started cooking dinner. You strolled past him and opened the fridge to get something to drink. You leaned over a bit to reach for the bottle near the back of the fridge when you heard him drop the spoon he was using onto the counter. Prince, I know you own some because I was there. I was the one who bought them. Yet you don't seem to wear any ever. Are you trying to kill me? You wiggled your butt as you leaned forward to grab the water. Well, I didn't wear anything before, and I don't see the point in starting now. When you straightened up and realized he was now standing right behind you, you also only seem to want to wear my clothes. Not that I'm complaining. He presses his chest against your back, his breath hot on your neck. You leaned into him. The only thing more comfortable than your clothes is when you hold me at night when you think I'm asleep. Nothing beats strong arms wrapped around me. That's the only time I can really sleep. Other than that, your clothes are a close second. His hands dripped, breathing the hem of his hoodie that you were wearing. Well, I don't know if I like the competition. His hands drifted upwards over your naked stomach, barely grazing the underside of your breast before he inked them back down and spun you around to face him, pressing you into the fridge behind you and gave your forehead a sweet kiss. I also think I need to feed you, considering you didn't eat lunch earlier. He gave you another kiss on your lips this time. So stop teasing me before I burn the food. You reached to your tiptoes and gave him a kiss on the nose. I have no idea what you're talking about. I just wanted a bottle of water. You're the one who can't seem to control himself. You've had no idea where this newfound confidence was coming from. You hadn't had any experience in any of this before. Flirting? Nope. Relationships? Nope. Sex? Big? Nope. Yet here you are, freaking out as you go. Total trust that he's not going to hurt you. You turn away from him and headed towards the kitchen table. His hand came out of nowhere and gave your ass a playful swat, which he immediately regretted. Hey, I'm sorry, was that too much? I'm trying to go at your pace, but sometimes my instincts take over and... You're fine. I'll let you know if it's ever too much. I'm not fragile. He returned to his cooking. Believe me, I know you're tough, but I don't want to accidentally take advantage of you. You sipped on your bottle of water while you thought about it. Well, I guess I'll have to trust your intentions are the right place. And you'll have to trust that I'll let you know when I feel overwhelmed. He nodded. Well, my intentions may not be pure, as you're thinking. He gave you a devilish smirk. But I would never intentionally hurt you. You bit your lip. Well, that's all I ask. That night was the first night you slept in Bakugou's bed. Sure, there had been a few times where you had woken up to him in your bed, but never had you slept in his. You curled up to his chest and intertwined your legs. His lips found the top of your head and mumbled a good night before sleep found both of you. It didn't take you long to realize that you were in his dreams. He didn't know you were there, though, and it felt like an invasion of privacy, but it was just too cute to not watch. He was dreaming of you on a lazy day around the apartment. Before you know it, it was shifting into more of a steamy dream. So you backed out and let him have his little fantasy. He deserved a good night's sleep for once. The next morning, he was up bright and early, off to work another day as ground zero. He showered you with kisses before He finally dragged himself out of bed and headed out. You slept for a few more hours before getting up yourself, wrapping in a blanket. You made your way to the living room with a cup of coffee and a newspaper. You really enjoyed doing crossword puzzles in the morning. Bakugou teased you about it and called you a nerd, but he secretly thought it was adorable. And so, this became your routine. Every night, he would make you dinner. You'd go to bed. Sometimes you'd make it for a bit, but sometimes more than that. Then in the morning, you either got up early and got ready for work, or you'd sleep in and do a crossword puzzle. A week had passed by like this, and honestly, you were pretty content. Today was no different. You were almost finished with the puzzle when the phone rang. You assumed it was Bakugou. Checked in on it and shifted to pick it up. Hello? Hi, UN, it's Dash. Oh, hey, Tasha. Was I supposed to be at work today? Oh, no. You don't have to work again until tomorrow night. There was just, this guy who came in looking for you. It was kind of weird. He said he was a friend of your mom's. Were you expecting anybody? Your blood ran cold. No. He said he knew my mom? Yeah, so there's something to do with business together or something. I didn't tell him you worked here or where you lived or anything, but I thought you should know. I kind of heard more of the conversation with Bakugou the other night than I should have. UN, if you're in some kind of trouble... You sighed. Thanks, Tasha, but it's something I'm going to figure out my own. Sorry, I need to call Bakugou. I may not be able to come in tomorrow. I understand. Take care of yourself. I will. Let me know when he comes back. You hung up the phone and paced back and forth for a bit. You need to call Bakugou, but he was going to get into a straight panic mode. You worked up the nerve to dial his number. The phone rang a few times before you heard it connect, but it wasn't Bakugou's voice on the other end. Hi, UN. Funny you're called. Bakugou and I were just talking about you. You sighed in relief. Hey, Kiri. Usually I'd love to help you embarrass our favorite hothead, but right now I really need to talk to him. You hear a muffled dumbass, followed by a scuffle before Bakugou got the phone. Sorry about that. Shitty hair doesn't really have boundaries. What's going on? Are you okay? When you didn't answer right away, he grew nervous. UN? What's wrong? You were chewing on your lip so hard it began to bleed. A bad habit you thought you got rid of. I don't know how, but I think they found me. What? How? Why? What's going on? Are you there? I'm coming home. You could feel your breath start to tighten as you tried to hold your panic back. No, they're not here, but someone came looking for me at the coffee shop. Tasha called me. They said they did business with my mom. Bakugou cleared his throat. So, you know then about your mom? You sniffled. Of course I know. I still remember her handing me over, telling me that they were friends and I was going to have fun at camp. You wiped a tear from your cheek as a loud knock on the door pulled you away from your thoughts. What was that? Bakugou barked to the phone. Someone's at the door? UN, for the love of God, don't answer it. You hear me? I'm on my way. You approached the door and looked through the peephole. Relax. It's just the food I ordered. I don't fucking care. There's food in the kitchen. Don't answer the door. The person knocked again. He looked innocent enough. It's just food, Bakugou. You opened the door. You couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was definitely yelling at you on his end of the phone. You paid the man and shut the door. You brought the phone up to your ear and wish you hadn't because he was on a tangent. Your life is in danger, and what do? You open the fucking door for anybody that has food. You rolled your eyes. I ordered pizza, meat flavored, just the way you like it. You can finish yelling at me when you get home. You hung up, which you regret as soon as you did it. He was just trying to keep you safe. You tossed a BJ on the kitchen table and took a seat. You were too anxious to even think of eating right now. You felt like 1 second later, Bakugou was bursting through the front door. Well, it's good to know you opened the door and risked your life for a pizza you aren't even going to eat. He took a seat next to you and pulled his chair over so he was right in front of you. You reached out and took your hands. I know this is scary. I know you'd rather pretend this wasn't happening, but it is. And we need to figure our shit out, okay? I'm not going to let anything happen to you. But you need to listen to me. I can't do what I need to do to keep you safe if you don't listen. You wordlessly nod your head. He sighs and reaches to the lid of the pizza box. No reason to let this go to waste. He opened it up and paused. Pack your shit, we're leaving. Your head snapped up. What? He stood up and sprang towards his room. I said we're leaving! You grabbed the open pizza box and gasped. The underside of the lid had a message. Not even Ground Zero can keep you safe. Ooh. Intensification. Let's go! I was at my family's part 6, which is fluff and it's smut. If you don't know what that is, it's the renamed version of lemon. So I'll be doing a not safe for work version of that and a safe for work version of that. So all you guys are gonna be getting 3 uploads today. God, what have I done with my existence? Okay, I'm debating whether or not I should age restrict the video. Because I don't even want to think of how many of you kitty children watch my videos. I really don't want to. So I may age restrict it, even though I'm pretty sure most of you have lied about your age. Like, I have. I have my birthday as 2000, so Google thinks I'm 20, but I'm not. Okay, so yeah, 3 uploads, extra work, and I have to read a smut out loud. Good thing no one's in my house currently, because that would have been really weird. Alright guys, next video is coming out in a couple hours. Have a chill life, I guess. See you guys soon.